Steve, you've named a bigger squad this time round. What's the thinking there?
We're going away early in the week to a training camp in Turkey, so I just thought I'd take a few extra bodies in case we get any issues when we're away in training. That's the thinking behind it.
Aaron Hickey and Billy Gilmore are both in the squad. In terms of their fitness as it stands, how are they just now?
Aaron's fully fit, back in training, not involved at the weekend, but fully fit, back training. So hopefully he gets some minutes this week. Billy came off with an injury first half the Napoli game the other night. Spoke to him by text. He assures me that he should be okay. So that's why he's in the squad.
How big a blow is it not having Angus Gunn, given how well he's done in this campaign so far?
Yeah, it's always a blow when somebody misses out with injury. Angus did well in the 4 games up till now. Chance for someone else.
Well, who might that someone else be, given that Craig Gordon's not playing yet, but he is back fit? Scott Bain, first call-up in 6.5 years.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see Scott again. It's been a long time since we worked together. So, no, it'll definitely be Craig, Liam or Scott that starts again.
Is that an issue, given that, as I say, that Craig's not been playing, for example?
Yeah, but we were in the same position in September when Angus hadn't been playing either. He went in and he didn't do too badly. Like I said, always with the goalkeepers, it's a different position. Quite often they're the number 2 or the number 3. As long as you know you've got boys who train well, work well, they should be ready for the game. So that's my thinking on that.
Is that experience important though, with somebody like Craig still being in there despite his age, that given what he's done for you? Well,
Craig's obviously got the amount of caps that he's got, so he's never let his country down. But Liam Kelly's an experienced goalkeeper. Scott Bain made a big decision to come out of Celtic and go and play regular first team football, which now that he's in the squad is probably a reward for that decision.
Is that a decision you've already got in your head of who starts that game, or is it a case of watching on in the training camp?
No, as always, we go into training, you'll look at them in training. I'll lean heavily on Chris Woods, my goalkeeping coach, and we'll come to the decision and decide who starts.
Lawrence Shankland in for Kieran Bowie, is that just down to the form of the 2 players? Lawrence has been impressive so far this season.
Lawrence has been good, Kieran's been good. Maybe gone off the boil a little bit in recent weeks, but that happens with young players. I had a good chat with Kieran last night. He's fine, he understands. He's a big one for the future. He can be a big one for now, because you never know, maybe a couple of injuries before next week and he could be back in the squad. Lawrence has hit the ground running again this season. His team are flying at the top of the league. Lawrence is getting his goals. If you need someone in the squad for goals, Lawrence is your man.
How much McCrorie and Josh Doig in again as well? Is that just to give you that, extra depth in those areas?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why they're in.
Steve, how much do you think Scotland can benefit if Lawrence keeps playing the way he is for his club and potentially play for you for these games?
I think his club will benefit very much if he keeps scoring goals and they keep winning games. He's shown that he can be a part of the Scotland squad before. He's been involved in a lot of squads. He's got the experience. I think these 2 games coming up, we're going to need experienced players, and Lawrence has certainly got that experience to help us.
What do you say to your players? It's only a few weeks away. In your own hands, let's seize this opportunity.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. It's a position, and I think we all need to remind ourselves that we would have been delighted to be in this position coming into the last 2 games of the qualifying campaign, having already eliminated one of the major threats in the Greeks. So they can't be involved in the playoffs. They can't be involved in the shake-up for first place. That doesn't mean to say it's not going to be a difficult game in Greece, because I'm sure they'll be fired up to prove that they're better than Scotland. But we're in a good position. What we have to do is make sure that we get the result we need in Greece to make the Denmark game here a cup final.
You're saying that Greece will be fired up, Steve. Are they a more dangerous opponent than you think, even though they're out of the reckoning for qualification, or less?
I thought they were pretty dangerous last month at certain times in the game. They're a good team. They're a very good team. But will they be more fired up? I don't think they'll be more fired up. I think they'll be just as fired up as they were here at Hampden.
Steve, I wonder how fired up you and your guys will be, because I think that's as, what's the word I'm looking, I was going to say angry, that's as annoyed as I've seen you after the last international break, knowing that the team got the points, did well, but can play better. Do you sense it's going to be a real fire for you and your players?
We were all disappointed with the performance against Belarus. I think maybe in the immediate aftermath of the game, we were just honest. I think that honesty should be appreciated, that we came out here and we said, yeah, we got the 3 points, but disappointed with the way we played. We expect to play better every time we go to the pitch, and we expect to play better in the games coming up.
And that must hearten you that you're in the good position that you are, with more to give and obviously two massive games.
Yeah, I think so. That's what you want. The players want it. The players are just as determined as I am to try and get to a World Cup. So we're going to give everything in these 2 games, and hopefully middle of November we can all celebrate something good.
Are you pleased personally for Lawrence Shankland? I think you kept in touch with him when he was kind of in and out squads. I think you're good in terms of like nurturing the players and just letting them know what's happening. Personally, glad that he's back at top of his game.
No, I have a good relationship with most of my players. Lawrence is one. We're always very honest with each other. He's a good player. He's a striker. He lives on goals. He thrives on goals. He's the captain of a Hearts team that are doing very well at the moment. So he's in a good place, and when you've got a striker in a good place scoring goals, then it's important to get them involved.
And on the goalkeeping thing, is Angus a good example that you don't actually have to necessarily, ideally you want to be playing for your club, but the level of performances he's put in for Scotland recently, does that give you a little bit of comfort as well, whoever you pick for these games?
No, I think with the goalkeeping situation, I've already addressed it, is if they're working well and training well at their clubs, then goalkeepers can be out the team for a long time, and then suddenly they're asked to go in. As long as they've worked well and worked professionally, which I'm sure our goalkeepers have done, then they'll be ready to go.
Steve, is there a different kind of pressure being in a position like this going into the latter stages of the qualification campaign?
When you're sitting here, there's always pressure. A different kind of pressure? No, I think it's the same pressure, because before we played the very first game of the qualifying campaign, we were under pressure to put ourselves in a position to get to the World Cup. We're still there, we're still in a position where we can get to the World Cup, so the pressure's the same.
Does the fact that it's been so long since a Scotland team were at a World Cup just compound that pressure, though, when it's so within touching distance and it's been so long, and you've got a nation that just expects and anticipates now?
Not really. I can't speak about previous, I can only speak about our previous World Cup qualifying campaign, where we lost in the playoffs. That was disappointing. We've used that as a fuel, as a catalyst to try and do better this time, and hopefully we managed to use that to our advantage, and we managed to get there this time.
Final broadcast questions. Steve, just on Billy, he said he reckons he'll be fine. I just wonder, when a player joins a camp, or will join a camp with an injury, do you or the SFA need to speak to his club to see how he is managed or not?
Yeah, we always try and have a dialogue with clubs. Obviously, Billy came off last game injured. They've got a midweek game this week. I'm not sure he'll be involved in that, but they've got another game next weekend. Billy seemed to think that he would be okay for that one. So, but in answer to your question, yeah, there's always the dialogue with a player that comes in with an injury or suspicion of an injury, that we'll look after them and do the right thing, which is just common sense.
Steve, I note that the Scottish FA are going to close down the performance schools, etc. In terms of youth development in this country, do you feel the focus needs to shift now, and is there enough players coming through that will ultimately benefit you or your successor in years to come?
I can only answer that in years to come. It's a difficult one. I've not really, I've seen the reports come out. I've not really had time to read it. It's quite a big document. I'll probably save that for the winter months to have a read through. Listen, everybody's trying as hard as they can to change things, do something different. Whether it works or not, I don't think we can judge at the moment. Has the previous one worked? Well, this current group of players have done okay over the last 6.5 years that I've been involved in. So let's see what happens in time. But it's a difficult one. Unless I've actually sat and read the report, it's difficult for me to comment too much on it.
How much would you like to get involved in terms of how Scotland nurture players, or is that something, given the experience you've had as a national team coach, or do you have to leave that to others?
I think there's a different skill set. I'm at the sharp end, if you like, and there's a different skill set to developing players and bringing players through. My job is, at the end, is to try and put them together into a successful team that qualifies for tournaments. Would I like to get involved in it? At the moment, no, because I just want to concentrate on my job.
Steve, in terms of your own position, see, if Scotland were to qualify in November, is that a conversation you would expect to have with the SFA then, or when do you think you will have to have that conversation, even if it goes on to the playoffs?
I hadn't thought about it. Get to the World Cup. Thoughts in my head.
Okay.